everybody. My name is Karen Kruger, and this is Christiane. Did I say that right? Yeah, yep. This is Christiane. She's joining us for the team call tonight, and I'm super honored and excited to be on this call. So, while Barbie's traveling and everything, she asked some leaders to step up and do these calls. So I'm super excited to be a part of this and share a few tips and a little bit about my story as well as Christiane's story as well. So let's go ahead and get started with recognition. I want to recognize the top 15 producers this week: Wayne Wyatt, Amy Silverman, Jacqueline Sietz, Katie Roberts, Carriana Truman, Nikki Boyle, Rachel Farkas, Leslie Moody, Michael McBride, Garland Willard, Katie Score, Jody Polachek, Chris Garrett, Christy Wexler, and Lance Liel. Top sponsors of the week, we have Chris Baumert with 3, Nikki Boyle with 3, Faith Ward with 3, Amy Silverman with 3, Rosa Friesen with 3, Barbie Decker with 3, and Hank Irving with 3. Congratulations, everyone, and great job. Oops. Let me hang on one second here. That was not the right slide. Hang on one second. That was for last week. Hang on. I'm going to, hold on. What did I do? Okay, let me upload the correct slide. I thought I uploaded the right one, but I didn't. Of course not. Okay, we'll just go on. Christiane, did you want to start sharing your story for a minute while I try to figure out the slides? I don't know what happened.
Sure.
I actually uploaded last week. So let me try to figure that out, and maybe you can start talking while I do that.
Okay, go ahead and figure that out. Hi, team. My name is Christiane Brennan. I've been a Beachbody coach since April of 2013, so not quite 2 years yet, maybe a year and a half or so. I did talk way back in an Empire call back in May, but I want to join in with Karen on this one as well. I am a wife, mother of 4 children, ages 6 years old all the way to 19. So when I started coaching last year, I had, a senior, high schooler, another high schooler, and an elementary child, and then a kindergartner. So I had them all going all different places. Prior to that, how I joined Beachbody was I was pretty much sick and tired of being sick and tired and couldn't lose my post-pregnancy weight from my 4th. So I joined a challenge group, Insanity, with Shakeology, of course, and in 90 days, many of you have seen my before and afters. If Karen can get the slides going, my before and afters will be shown. I lost about 38 pounds in the 90 days with Insanity. I lost over 40 inches. I went from a size 12 to a 4. So it was a pretty significant difference. Again, some of you may have seen my before and after, some not. Hopefully we can get them up. If not, well, I can post them in the Empire. I decided to become a coach, mainly because I was already helping people before I was a coach. I also was a fitness instructor, and I had already created a page for myself before I even became a coach. I was just kind of inspiring people to come to my classes. So my coach approached me, and so I started. However, I did have monetary investment as well as I needed a second income. So because I needed a second income, I really needed to make it work. I was working a full-time 60-hour-week job, and I had 4 kids, and my husband was finishing school, and he was basically never home and couldn't work that much, and we were struggling. And so I had to make a second income. That being said, I started plugging into our team pages, and doing the Coach Academy training. I did Barbie's boot camp and coach basic stuff, and pretty much I started following the 3 vital behaviors. And I know it kind of seems kind of like a duh kind of moment type thing where we're like, yeah, the 3 vital behaviors, invite, product of the product, PD. Yeah. But honestly, if you're doing those 3 things every single day consistently, you will be successful. Obviously, if we're working out, drinking our Shakeology, eating healthy, and I'm not saying being perfect 24/7, I'm saying being consistent. Share what you're doing. Share your struggles. Maybe you are sick. Maybe you broke your leg. Maybe, you're suffering from an ailment or disease of some sort. I'm sure Karen will talk about her struggles. Share it. We're not all perfect. I don't think they want to follow perfect people. So keep sharing your journey. Even when you get to a goal weight, you still have to maintain and continue. It doesn't mean you just stop. So the more you are showing what you're doing and being consistent with what you're doing, the more they're going to be attractive to you. Inviting. If you're not inviting every day, how do you expect people to connect with you? Sure, some are going to message you, some are going to answer your posts, some are going to just be curious and come to you and say, oh, hey, what are you doing? But many are not. A lot of my coaches and a lot of my challengers came from me reaching out to them, and they were kind of like, oh, yeah, I was going to message you, but I didn't know what to say. Had I not invited them, they might have been sitting there in silence for who knows how long. Never, ever discount anybody that you know or not know, because you never know who will say yes or who will say yes later. And personal development, I really have to touch upon this because, I do read my personal development. I've been doing that since June of last year. And notice I said since June of last year, and I became a coach in April. And why did I say June? It's because I was one of those coaches when I joined that said, hogwash, I don't need to do PD. What are you talking about? And I saw, even though I was successful in Success Club points my first 2 months, there was something in me that showed that something was off. I couldn't put my hands on it, but something was off. So once I started my PD, which I started at that point with Danny Johnson for Steps to Wealth, was my first PD book. Amazing book, got me totally out of my own way. And I took off from there, and now I'm doing Tony Robbins' RPM method. That's my personal development right now. And I can tell you that if you heard me on the call in May, you've probably heard me talk about list organization, writing everything in list form. And it's funny because now I threw all my lists away, and I really focus on things that need to be done. Not just lists, because I can list a million things I need to do during a day, like a million. Do I really need to do all that stuff on my list? I really don't. What is the things that's going to further my business, and what are the things that are going to help my coaches and challengers? That's what I focus on. And Tony Robbins has really helped me with that. I still read books. Tony Robbins isn't the only one, but he has really hit home with me. And I thank Barbie and Leah for introducing that to us, because I can see that it's really going to make a serious difference in my business, in my team, in my coaches, and in my challenges, and in myself in my own life. So I just wanted to share that with you. But mainly consistency. I know Karen will talk about that as well. You have to be consistent. I know there are days that you kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, sure. I know there's weeks you just want to be like, well, I'll just do that next week. I don't need to invite this week. But the more and more you invite, and the more and more you do your PD, and the more and more you do your being a product of the product and sharing that, the better your business will be. You can't not invite, because if you're not inviting, then you're going to get to a standstill. If you're not following up, you're going to hit a standstill. If you're not inviting to the coaching opportunity, you're going to hit a standstill. So it has to be consistent. There's been times I haven't been consistent, and I've seen a huge difference in Success Club points in me and my business, and everything. And so I've had to make it a point to be consistent and to get to diamond. I know a lot of you are in push to diamond groups right now, and a lot of you are just starting but want to get to diamond. In order to get to diamond and to keep your business growing, you have to be consistent. You just have to. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, no matter what. So I just wanted to share that with you.
I'm sorry, I found the right slide.
Oh, okay.
I can't get it uploaded for whatever reason, but I want to recognize the correct people this week, real quick. Sorry. Congratulations to Wayne Wyatt, Todd Warren, Galen Woodard, Kenneth Snell, Amy Silverman, Preston Witt, Leslie Moody, Christine Wexler, Kristen Husby, Betsy Perez, Jenna Conway, Amy Silverman, Amanda Jimenez, Jeffrey Lennon, and Todd Green. That's our top 15 producers. Top sponsors this week is Kenya Locklear with 6, Leanne Sorowski with 3, Hillary Harrison 3, Derek Lertsima 3, Rachel Patton 3, Heidi Van Koss 3, and Wendy Pollock 3. So congratulations with all of that. And thank you so much for sharing your story, Christiane. I just wanted to go over a little bit of my own story as well. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2009, and I have struggled with my weight my entire life. I am a wife and a mom, and I found some success and some hope with Team Beachbody Challenge groups as well as Shakeology. And with that, I wanted to pay it forward and help others do the same. And as Christiane was talking about consistency, one of the things that I feel is so important in this business is to be consistent every single day. I started in 2012 as a Beachbody coach, and I'm one-star qualifying now, one-star qualifying diamond, and I have been in Success Club for 25 consecutive months. And I really believe that Success Club is a measure of your business. So if you hit that consecutively, your business is going to grow. If you take a day off, 2 days off, a week off, you're taking not just a day away from your business, but you're taking multiple steps backwards. And so I would really, really just push the vital behaviors. What I had wrote down in my slides were I had my daily routine, which I basically invite, be proof that the product works, in personal development. And yes, that's our 3 vital behaviors, but I do them daily. And I think it's important to recognize that I do them whether or not I think they're working, or if I think that they're not working, I still do them. So even if I have no responses, I get lots of no's, or I'm not, feeling like I'm making any sales, or whatever my mind's telling me, I keep doing that. And what helps me stay consistent is the personal development, as Christiane mentioned. It's so important. I've done the Chalene Johnson Smart Success. I've gone to her seminar, and that was really great. But just reading books, paying attention to the wake-up calls, joining weekly meetings, with my own team that I create, being part of all of it, and just really staying engaged with my team. That's really been something that's helped me along the journey. So that's kind of my story, and just kind of the tips I wanted to share with you guys as far as being consistent. Christiane, did you want to add anything else?
No, touching on Success Club, honestly, I know a lot of people, it's not about Success Club as far as numbers. Obviously there's Success Club rewards, free trips based on Success Club points. Obviously, you get free gifts every month. It seems like I get something new every month from Beachbody because we make Success Club. However, Success Club should be a non-negotiable thing, if you want to call it success, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it in your business. Minimum 5 points, 3 to 5 people, depending on what the points equate to. It really should be, because that equals 3 to 5 people you're helping every month, and those 3 to 5 people then become 6 to 10 people the next month, and they keep spilling over. If some of you read the compound effect, it just keeps spilling over every month, and it keeps building. Shakeology business keeps building. Some of them may become coaches, some of them are coaches. So Success Club should be your bare minimum, non-negotiable. I will say it right now. Last month was horrible. As far as I made Success Club, but I will be the first one to tell you I was at 0 until the last 7 days of the month, and I was being consistent. So it just happened to be, and I've never had a month like that. This is actually my first month like that. So we all have them. Even diamond coaches have them. 0. And in 6 days, I went to 6. Just in 6 days, because I got on the phone. I did whatever I had to do. I was forming like crazy. I was talking to people like crazy. I was really getting to know them even more than I already do. And I made it happen. It was not negotiable. I was not about to go my very first month without making Success Club. I've made Success Club every single month since I've been a coach. So it was just not happening in my mind. I wasn't letting it happen. So that's something she touched on. It should be non-negotiable every month, minimum 5. You know, if you can't get to 10, that's cool. That's fine. Minimum 5. And then you get rewards for it anyway. You know, trips and prizes and stuff. Who doesn't like that? Again, make Success Club non-negotiable in your business, because that shows you're helping 3 to 5 people every month.
Yeah, I really agree with that. And the rewards are so nice. Going on the trips, even going on the trips, and just, I got to bring my husband, you know, to you went on the cruise, right? You were on the same one. You have the same photo with Carl. So taking my husband on that trip is something I would never have been able to afford on our own. And, you know, it was just an amazing feeling that I earned that, and I could bring my husband involved in it. And it wasn't just, you know, Karen being silly with her little hobby on the side. It was like, really, I'm really earning trips and building a business here. So it was exciting.
Yep.
And Success Club, when I break it down, like, it sounds scary, Success Club, but when I just say, all right, I need to help 3 to 5 people every month, that just takes away the fear. When I know it's 3 to 5 people, I'm going to help them lose weight, maybe build their own business, maybe just get their nutrition better, you know, whatever it is, maybe give them a little bit of hope. Maybe they're just, you know, in a similar situation where they're diagnosed with the disease and I just know that I'm reaching out 3 to 5 people, and it just takes away that, you know, pressure of points. I just can't put it into perspective of I'm helping people, and it's just 3 to 5 people a month, and you guys can do it. So, I kind of wanted to open it up now for questions. You guys can type in the chat box if you have any questions or comments. We'll leave that open for the rest of the meeting. And again, thank you all for hopping on tonight. Sorry for the technical difficulty. I was trying to find the slides. I made this whole thing, and for whatever reason, last week's slides uploaded. So I apologize for that, and thank you for your patience. And I hope if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'm sure Christiane is also happy to do that.
Yep. You can type them in the chat. Comments.
Yeah. Okay. So one question is, how do you keep people engaged in your challenge groups? And that is a great question. Thank you so much, Stacy. So what I do, because I'll be honest, I mean, I don't go around telling people this, but I've had challenge groups that have bombed, all right? I've had challenge groups where, you know, maybe my posts say one thing, oh, you know, hurry up and join, there's 2 spots left, but really there might have been a lot of people, but people just quit commenting, people quit posting their workout. So what I did was I created, I don't know if you guys saw the post, the challenge within the challenge. It's a point system. And I use that point system, and I'll tell you, it really works. People get points, and at the end of the challenge, I might do it like, if it's a 90-day challenge, like every 30 days, I'll do a contest so that everybody has a chance to win. And then I'll give them like a small gift, like a Shakeology cup, or, you know, samples, or, you know, just this. For my coaches, I ordered some Pura Vida bracelets. It's just like a thing that you can, they're really cool bracelets. And I just give those out, you know, as little gifts. And just that little recognition and gifts, it really helps kind of turn my challenge groups around. Also, I don't just post about health and fitness. I also say things like, hey, post a picture of your family, or hey, do you have any animals? Or, you know, I post about things that we can all engage and talk about that's not health and fitness specific, but I'm getting to know them more, and I found that that's really, really helpful and keeps them engaged.
Yeah, and I'm vibrating, aren't I? Echoing.
Not too bad.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Is it echoing?
Not too bad, no.
Why all of a sudden? Still echoing?
Yeah. But it's not terrible. I mean, if you want to talk, it's not unbearable.
Real quick.
Okay.
Sorry for the echo. I also use a point system, and I do the same thing.
Oh, cool.
Except for I also add personal things as well. More specifically, like earlier before the team meeting, there was a girl having trouble and cake being shoved in her face today.
Mm-hmm.
And she posted, "I'm going to keep telling myself not to eat it." And I told her, "Sure, you don't want to eat it. You'll be in the bathroom pooping all night." I know that sounds funny, but you have to be on their level.
Yeah.
Make it funny. Make it normal.
Mm-hmm.
Everyday talk. And just run with it.
Yeah.
I also make them do videos. Introduce themselves or a funny video or whatever. So along with what Karen said, I add those little things as well.
Yeah. I think that's an amazing way to keep people engaged, and it really does work. I kind of feel like when I very first started coaching 2 years ago, in my mind I thought I had to be perfect. I had to be the perfect weight, the perfect look, the perfect this. And I realized over time that the more relatable I was, the more human I was with people, that it wasn't about being perfect. And if someone wrote that they were having a bad day, instead of getting after them about it, like, "Oh, what, you ate candy? What's wrong with you?" I immediately could connect with them and say, "You know what, I'm struggling with that today too. Gosh, we just had Halloween and there's buckets of candy in my house." And you make a joke about it, or just try to lighten it up and have fun with it and relate to them. I think if you relate to them and like, yes, I struggle with eating, I struggle with that too, and I can relate to you, but let's work together to motivate each other to not go backwards. But I'm very honest with my challengers. I think that really helps as well.
Any other questions?
I'm looking. Let's see. I've been inviting. Okay, that's a really great question, Sandy. So this question is, how do you find people to participate in your challenge groups? And well, I pretty much do everything on Facebook, from inviting via my life page to just my personalized page as well. I will post something. I try to do it in the evenings. I find I have a lot more interaction at nighttime. And you'll kind of find as you start inviting people to things like what works, but I do it through Facebook. Instagram's a great way too. I do a little bit of, working with people on Instagram. Twitter is really good. But even in person, if I go to the park and I'm hanging out with my boys and they're playing and I see a mom and we start talking, maybe the first thing out of my mouth isn't, "Hey, doing my Beachbody challenge," but I have had situations where, we've talked and it did come up, and, eventually, maybe not right then, but they eventually did sign up for a challenge group. So I try always. I teach a PIO class once a week, and that's been really awesome. I've been able to turn some of those customers that come in and pay $5 for their PIO class. I've had 2 challenge pack sales from that, and it's just a matter of getting out there and meeting people, finding people that have like-minded things, that people that are interested in the things that you're interested in. It's really easy to do, to just get out there. You kind of have to come out of your comfort zone, if you're, put a smile on your face and get out there and be brave and meet friends. So that's what this is all about. It's about helping people and making friends and have fun with it. Okay.
Forming.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Did you
I'll
want to
echo.
Oh, okay. Okay. So just what Christiane was about to say, forming. Absolutely. You know, I if Amber Scott's listening, I use the Amber Scott script. I personalize it. Okay, that's my baby. I personalize her script because it works hands down. When I started using the Amber Scott script, and it's in our file section, it's in my own coach group. It's in Empire, and you can look for it. But I love it because you get to know the customer and you find out what their goals are. You find out what it is that they need, and you go through the script with them. You know, you don't want to do word for word. Definitely personalize it to their needs. But you go through this script, and at the end, you know, they're so excited. By the time you get to the end, and they say, "Yes, I'm in," and you give them that guy. And if they're on the fence, a lot of times what I do, I get on the phone with them. Because if I just send out a link and say, "All right, great, I hope you join. Have a good night," I'll never hear from them again. So I'll say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have you join too. Hey, do you have a minute to talk on the phone? I'd love to, you know, just go over a few more things and hear some more of your questions." And, you know, a lot of times getting that deal to close is getting them on the phone. That's for me, that works for me. But the script alone, I've had so much success with that. You're going to get the no's. You're going to get the, my husband said I can't. You're going to get the, I don't have any money. That's going to happen. And in that script, there is things that you can say with whatever their objection is. So I love it. You know, so definitely check out that script. I think it'll really help you with closing. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you so much, you guys. I'm so happy everyone came on the call, and I guess have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.